Nah, this pizza about to go crazy. Okay. 497, 498, 97, 100. Okay, yep. Hello? Nah, I'm working out. Yeah, I work out now. What do you mean since when? You ain't see Creed 3? All right, welcome to Taste Take. If you're new here, I give spoiler-free movie and TV reviews. Give you a little background, just let you know if I think it's worth checking out or not. If that's something you're into, hit that subscribe button for your boy. For my regular taste takers, let's see if Creed 3 can make its way out of Rocky's shadow. Get it? Like shadow boxing, and it's like the first movie without Rocky, so it's like out of Rocky's shadow boxing. Ugh, never mind. I thought it was a good punchline. That's too easy. All right, some background here. Creed 3 is a new installment of the Rocky franchise. Between Rocky and Creed, there's been 8 movies before this one. Rocky 1 came out in 1976, and a lot of people know the origin story, so I won't go too crazy. But the legend has it that Sylvester Stallone was watching a Muhammad Ali fight versus some white dude named Chuck Werner. Never heard of him. Ali wins this fight in the 15th round by TKO. No one expected this dude to last this long with Ali. Pause. Next thing you know, Sylvester Stallone writes Rocky in 3 days. And at this point, no one really knew Stallone, especially not for writing. So he's shopping this idea around, and most of the studios are like, all right, this is cool, but we're gonna have to get some new writers up in here and cast the lead. But Stallone's like, nah, bro, like if you want my movie, I'm starring in it, so I'm sorry about it. So they make it with Stallone as the lead, and they make it for less than $1 million. Rocky went on to make over $225 million at the box office. It was the highest grossing film of 1976 and the second highest grossing film of 1977, behind a movie you may have heard of called Star Wars. Boom, they go on to make a whole bunch more Rocky movies, Rocky 4 being the best, but don't at me though. In 2013, it's announced that Ryan Coogler has been hired to write the first Rocky spinoff that will become Creed in 2015, released 40 years after the first Rocky. We got Creed 2 in 2018 and now Creed 3 in 2023. This Creed's a little different than the other ones because this one was directed by Michael B. Jordan, and this is the first movie between Rocky and Creed that Sylvester Stallone is not involved in. Yeah, it's messed up. The short version is Stallone didn't like the darker direction that the movie was going in. He likes all the Rocky movies to have that inspirational feel, so he basically just left the project. There's another aspect of this whole thing that involves the ownership rights to Rocky. Now, Stallone has never had the rights to Rocky. When Rocky came out, this dude, Stallone, had like $100 to his name. So they're like, look, we're gonna pay you this much, and we're gonna own this stuff, and you get to be in it. You cool? Stallone was like, yeah, I'm cool. But he's kind of been kicking and screaming about it since then. He's been saying over and over, like, I wish I had this to give to my kids as something to remember me by, you know, like when I'm dead and gone. Like, I created this whole thing. I would love to like hand this down to them. So who does own the rights to Rocky? It's a guy named Irwin Winkler, and Stallone's been cursing this dude for decades. He's the reason that Stallone says he will never watch Creed 3, because he's involved. My thing is, number one, he didn't steal the rights to Rocky from you. That's showbiz, baby. Number two, he's been involved with the other 2 Creed movies. So, like, why you didn't leave the projects then? So don't say that's why you're not watching Creed 3. You can just say you didn't like the direction they were taking. Anyway, I love Stallone. We all love Stallone. I'm not dragging him. And the silver lining in all this is that he did say he'd be open to working on a Creed 4, etc., just as long as Mr. Winkler is not involved. And Michael B. Jordan did confirm that a Creed 4 is already in the works, so we'll see what happens. All right, plot time. Creed 3 picks up a few years after Creed 2 left off. Adonis is now enjoying the retirement life after boxing. Bianca's still making music, and she's got a lot of gold records to show for it. And their daughter Amara is a lot older now, so they spend most of their time raising her. One day out of the blue, one of Adonis's old friends shows up at the gym. This is a dude named Damien that he grew up with when they were living in that group home. Damien got into some trouble and ended up in prison for 18 years. And before he got locked up, he was a young boxing prodigy. So behind bars, he's watching Adonis literally living his dream. So now that he's out, he wants a chance to make up for lost time. But will some sparring in his gym help fill that void for Damien? Or will he take it too far and end up forcing Adonis out of retirement to settle the score of the past? Well, you can see in the trailer that they do fight. So you kind of know that they will indeed fight. And Adonis will come out of retirement. So yeah, they fight. So what's my take? This is the best movie I've seen all year. And I know it's only March, but still. This is the best movie I've seen in a while. And I ain't too proud to admit that I didn't expect to like it this much. Now, in real life, I don't watch any boxing or UFC or anything like that. The only fights I watch are on WorldStar. But I've always been a fan of the Rocky movies. I'm one of those people that doesn't think any of them are whack. So when they dropped the original Creed, I was all over it. Plus, you got Stallone in it for the perfect torch passing, and freaking Rocky has cancer. Try to make a thug cry. Then Creed 2, Drago's son, with the original Drago actor in the movie, and it's both of them. I already told you Rocky 4 is the best one. Creed 2 was it. So then we get to Creed 3, and I'm like, man, I love all these movies. But now, no Stallone, Michael B. Jordan directing for the first time. Maybe they should have ended it at Creed 2. Nah, I was wrong. Creed 3 is fire, and Jonathan Majors is one of the main reasons for that. I always say I'm not a film critic. I'm just a dude who makes YouTube videos. But I will say that I think Jonathan Majors gave the perfect performance. I don't got no credentials to make that statement, but somehow I just made it. There's no reason I was more scared of Damien in this movie than I was of Kang in Ant-Man. Yeah, Kevin Feige, I said it. But since I'm here, y'all are hating way too hard on Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium. That movie was fine. Not epic, but not freaking 48% on Rotten Tomatoes, whatever y'all did to that movie. Y'all treating it like it was the Eternals, which also was not that bad. Anyway, Jonathan Majors almost made me forget that I was missing Rocky in this movie. He nailed this villain role and perfected that Compton accent. And in this kind of MCU reunion with Valkyrie, Killmonger, and Kang, Majors as Dame actually kind of plays this Killmonger role where you may not agree with what he's doing, but you understand why he's doing it. It's genius. Jonathan Majors, take the flowers. You work extremely hard. And not just on the acting, also on the physical. I'm not gonna not talk about how in shape this dude is. I am secure. I just think people are making it a bigger deal than it really is. Okay, he changed his workout regimen to make these movies. Big deal. I'm sure if I started his regimen, I could look like that too. Let's see what we got here. His training routine definitely requires pushing through discomfort. The Lovecraft Country actor would wake up at 4 a.m. Let me stop you right there. Immediately no. Immediately no. On to Michael B. Jordan here. As a first-time director, excellent job, sir. Michael B. Jordan may not be your favorite actor, but he's definitely made some of the best movies of his generation. You get some flowers too, my guy. I see the growth. I see the grind. And now you can add director to the resume. The first sports movie filmed in IMAX. You did that. That's impressive. The fight scenes in this movie look fire. I watched it in IMAX in Lincoln Center, New York City, and for half the movie, I felt like I was in the ring. I almost threw my setup. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see that. It's unorthodox, but it's effective if you want to lose a fight. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Michael B. Jordan. And if you know anything about Michael B. Jordan, you know that he loves anime. And a lot of the elements in this movie are heavily influenced by anime. For example, there's a fight scene in the movie where Adonis and Damien connect on a punch at the same time. And that was inspired by a fight between Naruto and Sasuke, two friends that became rivals. So he was trying to capture that essence in that scene. Also, shout out to Shells for the quick anime history lesson. It takes a village. When Good Call Out the Podcast meets Taste Take. Anyway, there's another fight scene in this movie, and no spoilers, of course, but there's a scene where Mike makes a directorial decision that in the moment I was questioning why this was happening. But when I read up on it, I found out that that was another scene that was inspired by anime. So I might still disagree with him doing that. And when you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. I ain't trying to give you all of these spoilers. But I might disagree with him keeping it in there, but I kind of respect him just going for it and trying stuff as a first-time director. Because someone could have said hey, maybe we should take that out, play it safe. But he's like, nah, I got a vision. So I respect it for that. And y'all let me know in the comments when you see the movie. You'll know what I'm talking about. Did that scene work for you or not work for you? And honestly, that was probably my only beef with the movie. And yes, I 1000% wanted to see Rocky make a cameo in this movie. And I knew that he wasn't because of the beef and all that kind of stuff, but like, man, like seeing Donnie come out of retirement, like having Rocky there would have been great. And not in the traditional way where like he needs Rocky to train him, because I know people are going to say, oh, we need the white savior to come through. No, not like that. But just like a quick scene where you just see him in the corner, or like a quick, 1-2 lines of like motivational dialogue. Like, damn, like I needed that, but still. It's good without it, but damn. I mean, it's fine the way it is, but Anyway, I can go on for a while about this movie, but the last thing I want to touch on is Amara Creed. And if you remember from Creed 2, Bianca delivers the baby, and they soon after realize that she doesn't have her hearing. And that's passed down from her mom, who we know has been dealing with progressive hearing loss. I always love that they made that decision in the first Creed movie. Like, people with disabilities are grossly misrepresented when it comes to TV and movies. So like, that was important to see. Ryan Coogler's wife is a sign language interpreter, so like that's where that inclusion pretty much stemmed from. Here in Creed 3, Amara is played by Mila Davis Kent, and she's in some of the nicest scenes in this movie, where you watch Bianca and Adonis just be parents. The production team brought in interpreters and tons of other resources to make sure that they are portraying the deaf community as accurately as possible. And that is very nice. I mean, there's something to be said about these actors taking the time to learn some American Sign Language. Like, it's just cool. And I already know there's some people predicting that Amara is going to take the lead in a future Creed movie. But I also already know that there's people kicking and screaming about watching Creed go woke. You really can't win out here, but fight that fight when we get there. I'm going to give Creed 3 5 stars. This is my first 5-star movie in a while. I don't even know what the last one even was, but I was just really impressed with this movie. I spent most of this time in the theater at the edge of my seat, literally. The cast is top tier, the story makes sense, the boxing looks great, the soundtrack's fire. Just an overall incredible job, Mr. Michael B. Jordan. I can't wait to see some more. Creed 3 hits theaters this weekend. Go watch it in IMAX. Please. As always, thanks for checking out Taste Take. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. In the comments, let me know, is this the best movie trilogy? If not, what is your favorite movie trilogy? I don't even know what the best trilogy is, because really, if Rush Hour 3 was a little bit better, it would have been in the conversation. Maybe Beverly Hills Cop 3 could have been a little better. This could be it. And I don't really want to count like Marvel and stuff. Like, you got like Captain America and all that stuff, but let me know what you think. Thanks for the time, y'all. Peace.